Okay, let's see. Oh, so awesome. Lisa's joining us too. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, hello. I was in your room, Hasina. I apologize. So I was waiting to let me in, and I realized this is the Haag Center Zoom.
I didn't check my notifications. So.
Sorry.
No. It's good to have you here. I feel called to pick a card from my soul coaching oracle cards. This one is Denise Lynn's deck. The soul coaching oracle cards. I can see you looking, Suzanne. I'll take a photo later if you want.
Yeah, please. I'm interested in what you're doing. I have no idea what you're doing.
Well, our energy, energy just comes through one and picks the right message for today, so it's just a way of doing that. And I just feel called before we check in for some reason. Okay. Intention is for all of us, just us as a collective. And let's see. Essence. The card is essence. And the affirmation is, in my essence, I am joy, which is wonderful. And I'd like to just quickly, there's a short thing I could read about this. It says, find your essence, simplify and contemplate in the Zen garden of your mind. Discover the stillness in the center of the cyclone. Do what's important and let go of the rest. Your soul wants you to know. Peel away everything that isn't truly you and let your essence shine. If you've ever watched a cut crystal hanging in a window in the sun, you'll remember seeing small rainbows around the room, yet they all emanate from the same source. You have different parts that comprise your identity, yet beneath it all is your spiritual core. Take time to find your source and live from your center. If something doesn't give you joy, don't do it, or find a way to make it more pleasurable. Don't try to expand your personal power and intent without first exploring and understanding the wisdom of your soul. And this is a good time to just do the tuning forks.
It's interesting that so these are from Krakow. Interesting. I did choose Oracle card 2 this morning, and I just at the last chapter, what was the message? It's perfectly what you just said. So, and it's like this serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Peace is a state of knowing that all is well. Enjoy it because it is. Yeah.
Sabine from Germany, Cologne. I was sitting this morning, my daily meditation routine, asking to be removed from all programs and everything that keeps me away from my soul and my true nature. So it really fits to the card. And also this feeling, if I don't know what to do, then do nothing. This is also something that I'm learning today. Just to do nothing, which is difficult for an Aries because I always need a plan and I always need something to do. So, and then I thought, well, maybe I can clean, and while cleaning, things will come. So, thank you for being here.
Hasina calling in from Newcastle, South Africa. And this calling that I had for the oracle cards seemed rather perfect because it's just dissolved that tightness in my throat that said I need to do stuff and just felt pressurized. But now that's dissolved. And it's just about being in this moment right here with all of you. So thank you.
Pamela checking in from Kefalonia in Greece. Woke up this morning to the first proper storms. It's raining and thunder and lightning, and for a long time in my life, I hated that. I would like cower under my blankets and not want to move. But being here with the extremes of weather has really helped me with that idea that we've been talking about now, of everything in its time and place, and the cycles, and the idea that if you don't know what to do nothing, because everything is exactly as it should be. There's a time for rest, and there's a time for action. And as we go into winter, it's okay to just take a minute to breathe.
Brian checking in from Krakow. Well, this morning I was reviewing how many wars have been fought since I was born. And each war I found a feeling of helplessness. And so here I am again with a similar feeling of wanting the world to come together in peace, and thinking that it was just a month ago or so that during Peace Week, we were a global family feasting for peace. So I affirm that we create peace tables and we share food together. and nurture the child within and those children around the world with our love. Thank you.
Suzanne from Switzerland, Celtic land, established by 11 Celtic tribes. I'm living in a small village called Meganville. That's 20 minutes east to Zurich and around 15 minutes to Aarau east, if you know Aarau. North, it's around 1 hour, Bern, the capital where I live, which has, which could have, a Seligi shaman told me some days ago, which has a bear spiritual energy. Actually, Switzerland could have more bear energy spirits than just Bern. Also dragon energy. And this week, dreamt of one of my spiritual animals, the elk and the deer, which soothes me a lot, give me comfort, because I had a hard time since the war was beginning in Israel, in Palestine, because I wanted to go there, and my heart is around 2,000 or more years connected with this place there, and the women and some beautiful people there, and that soothed me a lot. And I've been in since 1.5 years now, almost 1.75 years in the 20 Women Prayer, international prayer led by the Indigenous grandmother Joan. And we've prayed together for world peace. That was really powerful. Yesterday I was in Indigenous forward circles with Indigenous women since 3 years again till 1 o'clock in the morning. Having wonderful sharings, talking circles. So it's always good to be in the center of your life. Always good where you are, to know where you are and what you're capable of and what you're not, and how to co-create, and how to co-create. So it's always good to have friends around supporting each other and fulfilling their purpose in life. So that's why I love to be here. I love this community here. That's why I'm showing up every time when I can. So that's my check-in.
Anya, would you like to check in, or do you?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, good day to you, each and everyone that is there. So yeah, I express my deep gratitude for the space to be here, to be heard, to be seen, to be embraced, and to also be with you in silence. And when it is necessary to yeah, lean my voice or to lean my ear and to have your eyes, ears, and voice, yeah, to keep my space, which I needed in the last weeks to yeah, to keep me. And I'm still a little bit sick, and like being seasick a little bit, and that what is happening around. And yeah, I do feel that I need a lot of energy to keep my balance and to stay peaceful, and not to go into actions and take a side here and there. So as a German, it's very difficult for me actually to see how our politicians and officials acting. So that's very difficult for me. And I have to find my own look and stay in my own truth there. And that kept me to be in a church recently. So I accompanied my husband, which is also sick, and we have that struggle and everything. And I accompanied him and had a little bit free time. And I just went into a church for prayer and chanted. And I felt, sometimes the ground crew is not really keeping what had been the intention. So I don't want to make a joke on it, but I really felt looking at Christ being there with his face, and I just chanted and got a deep knowledge and inner wisdom about doing it. And I brought joy to the workers that worked in that church, and that were deeply impressed from that what just came with it. Not because my voice is that impressive, but it was a very special moment. And I just want to share it with you and keep it that way. So thank you for being here, and each and everyone to find the balance, and sometimes the right finger to say you cannot go ahead like that. And that's the difficulty for me, in which I am actually. Yeah. Thank you.
And Anya, I just want to tell you we picked an oracle card for our collective. This is the deck of coaching oracle cards. It's Denise Linda's deck, actually. And the card was essence. Now, what you said, just tie it with this. In my essence, I am joy. Which is quite beautiful, considering what you said, you brought joy. Oh. What's on everyone's hearts? Does anyone feel called to anything? Yeah, Kamala?
This idea of balance is so important, and I know a lot of you were in the call on Monday where I was trying to explain this idea of how our pain brings balance. And I want to go back to that with Brian, because I think we both resonate very deeply with this idea of not just personal pain, but the global pain, and not always being able to find the balance within ourselves in the face of that. And for me, what keeps me going is the idea of these groups. And as much as, it's hard facing all of these people taking sides, especially when it's people that you love deeply who are getting so immersed in this idea of, picking a side. And especially when you have people that you love dearly on both sides. I've got friends in Johannesburg who are organizing protests to free Palestine. And, at the same time, I've spent 6 months, 2 kilometers outside of Gaza with Israeli, well, essentially children, because they were 18, 19 years old when they were going off to the army. And so I can see both sides of this conflict. And what holds me is being able to hold space for both sides with love. And that is what we're here for, Brian. This is what we do. It might not seem like our efforts during Peace Week and the global Feast for Peace and all of the things that we were doing, to have this happen straight after that is mind-boggling. But underneath that is still the essence of joy that we bring. And if we get caught up in this duality around us, then it changes the way that we manifest that joy, because then that joy becomes tinged with all of the things that we see around us instead of flowing purely from us.
I would suggest we send some good love energy, if you like, to raise up our own energy and put it out there. Because, you know, this is, I also kind of a circling, but we have more creation power if we are higher in the frequency as our ancestors are. I mean, our empathy is nice, but for me, what I felt is raise our vibrations could be helpful, if you like. If you don't, okay, no problem. So
That's great. Shall we just take a minute and do that in whatever way you want to do that? That's fine.
Give it 2 minutes.
Okay.
Not
Sounds
brushing
great. No,
more.
no, that's
Okay.
good. That's good.
you like, you can think of a place, a secure place you loved to be as a child in your childhood. Give you that focus on a happy moment in your life, if you like. You know, sometimes we do that in our ceremonies here. That gives us a good moment.
I love that you said that, Suzanne, because what came to me just now was safe spaces. Like, it's okay, give yourself permission to seek safe spaces. Just allow yourself to feel that vulnerability, and you know, you're allowed to feel like, I need somewhere safe to be. You don't always have to be the safe space, even though you are.
It's so important.
So this morning I did an Akashic Records reading for the world, and it was about love. May I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, love is all there is. Love is all that is. Love is forever new, forever creative, forever creating. Love is ever energy, always potential, always and ever reaching. Yet it is in every moment being and knowing. Love is the alignment of all. It can never be broken or dispelled, only dispersed in its holographic wholeness. Present no matter what, the solid ground, the lifeline, the divine presence, oneness. That's what came through.
Thank you, Hatsina. What came to me was that we are all these light pillars, and we are not alone, we are many. And for myself, I woke up this morning also very vulnerable, and this tension, I have to do something. And coming to this, you know, affirmation for myself that this beingness, being the light, being the love, that's what it is about right now. I can give myself the permit, the blessing, just be. You don't have to do anything right now. You know, because the whole world is like calling, we have to do something. And like we talked already about, it's not about taking sides. Every suffering is suffering. And staying in my heart, staying in my love, and being like this pillar of love and light. And that's it. And, you know, like we did in this beautiful meditation right now, to connecting with the many who are there, are the light keepers, holding the love. And very deep knowing all is well in this not being well. You know, it's all happening in a divine, evolutionary, step. Yeah. So, thank you.
Yes, I would like to add, Suzanne, when you said a place that you loved as a child, something like that. This morning when I was sharing with Lisa, there was an image of my childhood where we played, it was called Kicking the Can. And it was where there would be like a soda can or a leftover can, and we would just keep kicking it forward. And it was like, this is what there is to do. We just kick it forward. And as a child, it would be like, this is my purpose. I just kick it forward. And so in many ways, we're all doing our part in that. And I also had some of the words to the song by Pete Seeger, and I posted it in the chat, and I just read it here. This is just a little part of it. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes I think 2 minutes are too less time to get deep new wisdom, but I'm also deeply impressed with when we take 2 minutes in a group like that, what all is coming from the field. And so thank you for the possibility, and thank you for the intention. And I want to share what I saw. So when I go into this space of mystery and stillness, sometimes I see a huge wave of pictures and things, and but sometimes they're just one piece and just one puzzle piece in the whole. And I want just to share what I saw, and it might guide you to a possibility to practice it. So something I practice, and I'm teaching, and I had been taught in the past, and just learned it to somebody yesterday because I was visited by a friend, and I just taught her how to do these things. And what I saw was had been myself, and I was called. Maybe you saw that I was called to give my hands to my face, which I normally not do, but I'm just followed my inspiration out of that and just did it. And it guided me to a position I'm taking in when I'm working with my stuff. So in my practice, in my visionary status, and that what I am, I'm carrying a staff. So it is like an outer sign of what I am, if in case I'm coming there for that purpose, I'm doing that. When I'm sitting with that and going into that space, I'm holding that staff in front of my head and keeping my space around me. And in a ritual, when you practice that is like the Nordic Sedera. It is the Völva of the Norse practicing that. Maybe you know this kind of things, not to go too deep into that, but I saw myself just without having my stuff. So I can imagine that, and I invite you also to imagine that you don't need a stuff, but you can imagine to sit with your stuff and to bounce it 3 times in front of you, to start the process of giving an impulse of, here I am, this is me, I'm just knocking at the door of mystery. And then it's coming what needs to come. So I'm just sharing it as a practice. So I just saw myself just doing it. And then I saw all of you, each one with its stuff in front of it, and putting it into the ground 3 times, and just a wave, like you're pushing something, and a wave of the sound and the impulse you're giving to the earth is just going as a wave of this field into wherever it can be. So this is what I saw, and I want to share that picture with you. So maybe you can use it as a practice and just feel that we just did it. And it just went out this way. So this is what I saw, what happened. So sometimes I'm just an observer of what is happening out there, but it is my practice I'm sharing. So it's my view, what I see, what happened as an observer of that, what we did. So I'm just, thank you for listening to that. So I could observe that we had an impact.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. In the beginning, I had the thought that we were surrounding each other by hands and that the earth was in the middle of us and we were staying in a circle and everyone was just bringing love to the earth in whatever way. So yeah, I just want to share that with you.
Sabina, when what you just said, I had a similar image when Brian was talking about, Peace Week, and Brian, I don't remember the exact words you used, but gathering around the table in peace. Yeah, I had the same thing. There's a lot of synergy and synchronicities in our group.
Yeah, I feel the same. We are very similar. We have like kindred spirits. And I really love to be here. As I said, I'm coming if I can every time, because it's we share and we deepen our relationship, even it's in a virtual thing. Normally, for me, it's also an exercise, but it's really it's working. And I like, and I see also everybody here have their own light. They carry their own aura, their own path they go, their own passionate things, their own feelings and healing methods, and it's all okay. It's good to have relationships and share, and restore the trust which was broken, depending which land you've been growing up, or in the past lives, in which countries you've been and experienced stuff. I think it's an auspicious time to center and to find those relationships, and also to our ancestors. It's for me, connecting with our roots, with our ancestors, and be able or open up for their message. For me, for myself, I can also only talk to about my perspective. That's why the circle is so important. Everybody has his own perspective and bring their own things in it. And that's the beauty of it. There's a circle, nobody is authority here. We just share, and we inspire each other, and we hold each other in love. And that's very, very precious. Listening to each other, love each other, support each other. I think that's one of the healing things which can support love, unconditional love. English. Unconditional love is our nature. So I'm very happy that you are here. I really love to hug everybody from here. It's so nice to be here.
Kamala.
Thank you, Suzanne. I also feel the same way about the circle of sharing and the love that we bring together. And the way that I visualized in the meditation was actually based on something that Lisa said about the pillars of light, of us being the pillars of light. It's like when you turn on a torch, the source of the light is just that circle. But as you go further away from the source, it becomes wider. It casts its light over more and more space going outwards. And that's how I saw this, as these pillars of light around the world, each of us at our source being this little circle that's the face of the torch. But as we pour that love outwards, it just gets wider and wider until each of those beams of light meet each other. And it forms this sphere of light around the globe. So every little pillar of light that's coming up from the earth, even though sometimes it feels like there's only a few of us, that light that we share just spreads out so much until it connects with that next point of light and that next point of light, until the entire earth is just surrounded and held together with our love as these individual pillars of light.
I have to go to Bonn every week, and last week I was in a traffic jam, and an idea came to me that I just started to bless every car I saw. So I was in the car and left, right, and I just said, bless you, bless you, bless you. And I was really, this whole traffic, I was blessing, asking for blessings for everyone that I was passing, all the cars, all the trucks. And I thought, wow, what a beautiful idea. It's so easy and so simple. So maybe next time when you're on the road, you just spread your blessings to everyone who's driving. And I love that inspiration. I don't know who gave it to me, but thanks for the for the inspiration. And then another thing that I'm dealing with, which I think we're all dealing with, is this discerning of who's speaking in me. Is it my inner child with her needs and also with her gifts, or is it my soul? And try to deal with that. So where am I today? What is it I'm supposed to do? What does my soul wants to do here? And at the same time trying to feed my inner child for everything she was missing, and also to give her the space for all her gifts and beauty she wants to share. So for me, that's inner work, trying to find ways to make that, to balance that and to create love in there, which is for me also peace work, inner peace work. And sometimes I sing my own name, which I all invite you to do. I don't know if I told already, but it's very, very beautiful to sit down, to hug your heart, and to just sing for yourself your own name, whatever comes. It's really, really beautiful. Really supportive. Maybe you want to try that.
Are you having also a spiritual name?
I don't have a spiritual name. I remember Hasina once told me that I think it was Hasina, but nothing came yet. But I think if you do have one, sing the different ones and feel the difference. Also, if you have a nickname.
Yeah, I do. Therefore, I'm asking if you also have.
Try everything. Try
Yeah.
everything out. Feel the difference. You call them all back, all these vibrations.
I know.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Therefore, I'm asking you if you already have a spiritual name, so you might call that in to connect to that soul piece of coming into balance. That's just an idea that came. Call for your name.
Yeah. Yes. It's always a question. I mean, I think we come with a name on earth because that name has a certain purpose and vibration. When I sang my name, I really had an amazing vision. I really felt energy coming from earth, crossing my whole body, opening up, and I was swimming in the middle of dolphins. So I believe that it is already very strong. I don't know if I need another name, but of course it can be that one day a name will come and it will bring another dimension on top. Yeah.
I'm just called to dig that rope up.
Go ahead. If you hear it, I welcome
Yeah,
you to.
I'm just like I'm catched to just
Lovely.
pull a little bit on that rope. So maybe something is coming. So
Yes.
I don't know, but it is a special gift also to see something in somebody else. So this can inspire you to get closer to that soul being, whatever that is. If it needs a name and if it needs a shape and something like that. Sometimes it doesn't need. So just an inspiration that came by asking.
Thank you.
What are the words behind you, Sabina?
It says Ami. It's around because I always change my picture because I hate it when I see myself in the wrong. So I always change my picture. So it is changed behind me, but it says Ami. But it also says Sima. I don't know what Sima means, but it is Ami, which is friends. Who knows what Sima means? Yeah. Like when I recorded my last CD, the words that came across that I just happened to make a song of, one of them was Amea. And I went into the Google to find out if it means something. And there is a very small tribe in Africa, in Soto, and there Amea means awareness. So for me, it was like, wow, this is what I'm working with and on, and this is my goal with my music. So that's why I called my CD Amea. So I will find out what Sima means and I'll let you know. Maybe it means something. Very nice.
Carla?
Seema is actually a Hindu name. I had a friend in high school whose name was Seema, and it means treasure. So maybe that's your name that just came out that Anya was talking about. I don't know. See how it sits with you.
And so maybe you are one with many names. So I'm carrying a lot of names of this on the spiritual side, which is describing something. But I just looked up what I know about the dolphins, for example. And in the Nordic, in the Greenlandic tradition, they talk about the dolphins like being those children, playful, just playful like children. And it just came maybe because of that, what you already told and already know. So it could also be something, yeah, guiding in that direction. So keeping it as a spirit being in yourself also. I just can be. So there's the idea of power animals, but also spiritual animals. So in the shape of a being. I'm an octopus, some kind like that. So this is a totally different shape from a dolphin, for example. So just came up. Yeah.
Oh. I'm just looking at the time. Suzanne, you wanted to say something, so, or you didn't? I thought I saw your hand up.
Yes, I did. When I was listening, I was intrigued, fascinated by the sharings. Let me see if I catch that thought again. Because I'm still a little sleepy. was in a
Okay.
talking to 1 o'clock in the morning yesterday, like 3 years every Wednesday. I think it was about light when Carmila was sharing about the lights, and everybody had shared seeing the connection, the web of light workers all around the world. If you can really remote viewing that, and I just wanted to give a shout out, an acknowledgement to spiritual people who practice that every day, really holding space with nature and people and Mother Earth, and also not only the matrix, watch through the matrix. We kind of stuck in a matrix here and in our 5 senses, which was a little bit attentional by some rulers established many years ago, and they hold that space that we can see through and connect more to our higher self and all the things which are helpful for us, which are our relations actually by nature. It's our human rights or our spiritual right to have to increase that nature, because we have been there and we're still here, and they know that, and they are here. And it's good. I just want to give a shout out by those people who know all that wisdom, and they carry it out a lot. They're really sending a lot, and they are loving a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lisa, I just feel called. Is there something that you'd like to share? Okay. Brian, you? Okay. Well, what I'd love for us to do, I once actually got a message in the Akashic Records. I was doing a reading, and it wasn't for me, it was for a client, but it was that giving and receiving is in the same flow. And we always think of polarities, like better to give than to receive, but it's really in the same flow, like oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Like it just flows, you need both. And I thought we could do a round where you just say one word that something you'd like to give to the world, and something you'd like to receive. And you can make it one word, 2 if you need to. And just see what comes, like without thought, but just see what comes. So if you feel called and you'd like to do that, let's do that as we close. Popcorn style.
Pick up the better.
Compassion.
Oh, sorry. You go first.
Compassion.
Do you, Lisa, is it both the giving and the receiving?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's both ways. Giving to the world compassion and receiving compassion.
Thank you.
Giving faith and receiving faith.
Unconditional love. Both channels, both those.
I want to give joy to the world, and I want to receive abundance in return.
I want to give inspiration and receiving no boundaries.
And to give peace, receive unity.
Giving peace and receiving stillness.
Thank you, everyone, for your gifts.
Thanks.
Thank you for receiving.
Give some hugs here. Good energy. Stay strong. Keep on going. Stay strong. You can do this.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.